All right, what is up, everyone? Let's start up this freaking training. This is going to be seriously an amazing, incredible training. I promise you guys, I'm going to do my absolute best to add as much value as I possibly can in your lives to make sure that you leave this training and you have a much, much deeper understanding of Facebook ads, in general, Facebook ads specific to whatever your business is, and how Facebook ads can pretty much change any person's life and change any business, because there's literally 2 billion with a billion monthly active users on Facebook, and it's our job and it's my job and it's my mission for our training today to show you how to find those people and how to at the end of the day, bottom line, make more profit and make more money for your business. And then we are also going to show you how I was able to make $20,000 my first month running Facebook ads for clients. And I'm going to explain exactly what I mean by that very, very soon. But Facebook ads is not only a way to supplement and complement and explode any existing business. Facebook ads is actually its own independent source of passive income. And we're going to show you how some of my students are just absolutely destroying it. And we're going to go into a lot of depth, guys. So make sure that, all of the distractions are off and you guys are ready to really dive into this. I know it's kind of ironic telling you to turn off Facebook on a Facebook ads training, but trust me when I tell you, you're going to get more out of it if you do. And so I see that there's a lot of people checking in right now. My assistant, Katie, is going to be helping out during this webinar. So I want everybody right now to shoot me a message right now. Tell me where you guys are from. I see New York, London, Los Angeles, San Francisco, a lot of people in the USA. We have some people from Australia. It looks like the UK, all over the place. So shoot some messages, everyone, no matter what your question is, we are here to answer it for you. My wonderful, incredible assistant is going to be helping throughout the webinar, and she's going to be answering or trying to answer all of the questions that she possibly can, guys. So the goal of this training, seriously, is going to be to show you guys that it's possible, right? So who is this actually for? If you're serious about creating a long-term business, right, the right way, automated and scalable. And what I mean by automated and scalable is, you can spend 1 hour of your life working at McDonald's, or you can spend 1 hour of your life putting in place an infrastructure, right? And automated systems that are going to earn you money, whether you're sleeping, whether you're sailing, whether you're backpacking through Europe, it doesn't really matter, right? The point of creating passive income is setting up things and systems and infrastructure on the back end that are in place to be able to scale and in an automated way so that you can have more time to do what you're actually wanting to do, spend time with your friends, family, loved ones, travel the world, and the important things in life. So if you are willing to learn a new skill set and drastically increase your value to the market, and what I mean by this, guys, is, once you learn skills like Facebook ads specifically, you become so much more valuable to the market. And what I mean by that is every business needs Facebook ads. It doesn't matter what they're selling, whether they're, an exotic pet dealership. There's people on Facebook who want to buy, like platypuses and, hopefully it's all legal. But the point being, guys, that it doesn't matter what you're selling. Your perfect customer is on Facebook. And if you know how to unlock that power and unlock that incredible, targeting that Facebook allows, that no other platform in history has ever allowed you to be able to laser target in the cost efficient, beautiful, magical way. Facebook allows you to literally become valuable to any business because every business needs marketing. Right? And so who is this for? If you are a doer, not just a talker, not a tinkerer, if you're really ready to invest in yourself and in your business, because some people think they are, but they're not actually ready to actually invest in themselves, right? Probably, not everyone who's currently watching this training right now is going to be here at the end. Right? The people who are serious, right? The people who are invested, the people who are really ready to make real change are going to stay till the end of this webinar because they realize the value that they're going to get here. And some people are going to drop off and, I still love you, don't worry. But, some people are doers and some people are more so talkers and tinkerers. And that's just the way the world is. So, and if you're not satisfied, right? This is for you if you are not satisfied with, a quote unquote average or normal life and that you deserve more, right? And so my promise to you guys, during this training, I will make you a believer, right? I'm gonna prove to you that anyone can exponentially increase the profits of their business or create a brand new business, right? This training is really 2 tiers. It's to show you that Facebook ads can be immediately applied to any business and exponentially grow the profits no matter what your business is. And I say that with, so much kind of certainty because I've done it across the board with so many different businesses. So that's tier 1, right? Explode the profits of any business. Tier 2 is using Facebook to actually create an independent source of passive income. If you have even if you have no experience and you have no products to sell, you can still use Facebook ads to make a ton of passive income. And I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do that, right? And my promise to you guys is you don't need almost any upfront capital to do this. You need absolutely zero technical knowledge and you need absolutely no prior experience. And I'm gonna prove this to you. And like always, guys, I wanna give you value. I wanna go above and beyond what anyone else does. And so if you guys stay till the very end of this training today, I'm gonna give you 2 very, very interesting things, right? So we're gonna give you the secret ninja funnel and it's incoming. I got the emojis going, everybody likes that. And so we're gonna send you like the key to our business. And this is a pre-built 100% ready to go funnel that we've used to generate millions and millions of dollars. And we're gonna send it to you completely for free, ready to be used, 100% ready to go. And it's going to be sent to the people who stay until the very end of the webinar. And our system automatically calculates that. If you stay till the end, you will receive this email. If you don't, you won't. And also, guys, we are going to be sending out an Amazon gift card to 1 lucky person who registered for the webinar today. It is randomly sent out to your registration email. And so 1 lucky person who stays until the end of the webinar, right? Because you're only eligible if you stay till the end. We want to reward people who are really serious about doing this. 1 lucky person who stays till the end is going to get a very, very nice little Amazon gift card sent to them directly to their email, guys. So like I said, 100% free Facebook ad funnel that you can use to sell any product or service today. And the Ninja funnel is the exact funnel that I used to drive over $1.5 million profit in just 4 months. And it's been, multiple millions after that. And we're going to give it to you completely for free. So who am I? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you listening to me? Why is what I have to say important? And these are good questions, right? Never just take someone's word, at face value on the internet. There's a lot of people who are, kind of selling smoke and mirrors. And then there's some people who really do know what they're talking about. And we need to figure out who those 2 different people are, because you don't want to be investing and your time and energy and money into someone who really doesn't know what they're talking about, right? So I am the CEO and founder of multiple 7-figure e-commerce businesses and Facebook ad agencies. And what I mean by Facebook ad agencies just means, you are actually the marketer, right? You're a digital advertising company. You're a social media marketing agency. There's a lot of different words for the exact same thing, but basically what it means is you get paid to run Facebook ads for other businesses, right? And so I'm the creator of one of the fastest growing YouTube channels and Facebook groups for e-commerce and Facebook advertising. I'm the mentor and coach to hundreds of thousands of entrepreneurs and students all around the world who are currently crushing Facebook ads. And guys, my life goal is to free as many people from the corporate 9-to-5 drone life as possible. And let's actually look really quickly at a couple of things. So right here, we do see my video on YouTube. There's almost 900,000 views. And you see this person in second place has 4,000, right? 900,000 views because of one thing, right? It's because of quality. Quality is the main differentiating factor that really kind of grew my YouTube channel so much faster than what other people were putting out, because I really care about what I'm putting out. I care about the quality. I care about making sure that people are actually getting the most out of things, which is what I promised to do today on this webinar. And so why is this webinar actually different, right? Why is this training different? Because this is a brand new opportunity, unlike anything you've ever seen before, right? Not only do Facebook ads allow you to reach people in a way that's never existed before, right? Marketing used to be, show the ad to men that are 50 years old or women that are 40, right? But that's completely changed. Now we can target people who have a close friend who has a birthday in 7 days, who recently got engaged, who lives in Boston, Massachusetts, who's 18 years old, who likes the band The Beatles, right? Like that is incredibly pinpoint accurate. Like that's never existed in the past, and now it exists. And 99.9% of the world does not know how to use that unbelievable power and profit that's just waiting to be tapped into. And so I think a lot of us probably have wanted to start a profitable online business, right? Maybe you've actually struggled with Facebook ads specifically in the past. Maybe you've spent money on Facebook ads, but you just haven't had the results that you want, right? I'm here to tell you that it's not your fault. Facebook ads is very, very complicated if you don't know what you're doing, right? I've spent so much time and money and energy learning this stuff. And so I'm here to make sure that you have all of the knowledge, tools, and support to succeed at Facebook advertising. And again, we built the fastest growing Facebook advertising YouTube channel and Facebook ads group in the world in the shortest time for a reason. And again, that is, quality. And so let's take a quick look really quickly just at our Facebook group. We see it right here, Facebook Ads Ninjas. There's over 56,000 people in this group. It's literally the largest Facebook group related to Facebook ads anywhere in the world. And the reason that I'm showing you that is because people out there, are just constantly so worried about getting scammed, about things not being legit, and rightfully so, right? There's so many people out there who are, putting out just complete garbage content, but it would be very difficult, if not impossible, to have, a video on YouTube with almost 1 million views, right? 900,000 views. It would be very, very difficult to have the largest Facebook group in the world related to Facebook ads. It would be very difficult to have the most viewed ever video on YouTube, the biggest video platform related to Facebook ads in the world, if you didn't know, what you were talking about. And so my goal for this training, I'm going to show you guys how Facebook can completely revolutionize any business, right? I mean that. Any business utilizing Facebook's unbelievably powerful algorithms and data. No company on earth, besides maybe Google, has as much data and has, the data that they have the best data scientists in the world. Facebook does. They pay them crazy sums because they make Facebook just unimaginable amounts of money. Right? And we're going to show you how to tap in to that unbelievable amount of data and then use it to make a ton of profit for your business, right? And I'm going to teach you guys how to get clients results before they pay you, right? If you're on this training because you want to use Facebook ads as a solo way, as its own way to make a completely brand new source of passive income, Facebook ads, people always ask me, Kevin, what's the best option between Shopify, Amazon FBA, and Facebook ads? And I always tell people there's no other business that you can start with literally basically $0 upfront, zero upfront capital. There's no other business where you can have zero upfront capital and can scale as quickly as creating a Facebook ads agency. There's no other business like it. You don't need an office, right? There's no cost of goods sold. And we're going to talk about all of that in just a bit because I'm just so excited about it because creating a Facebook ads agency is one of the best ways that if you're willing to put in the work, you can create a huge, an unimaginably huge source of income, completely profit, right? With no money up front. And that's pretty much the only business in the world that I've ever heard about, that I've ever learned about, and I've looked and I've researched extremely deeply that you can do, in that manner. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can run ads for local businesses and get paying Facebook ad clients today, right? People out there in the world, businesses out there in the world, there's basically infinite businesses that need help marketing because people just haven't made kind of the transition. They haven't bridged, the gap between old school and new school. People are not taking advantage of the new way, the new world, the digital world, and we are going to become that bridge, and we're going to bridge that gap. And so let's talk about some Facebook ads ninja secrets, and we're going to get into actually teaching some stuff related to the Facebook pixel and how we're actually going about getting clients and how we're really creating a hugely sustainable and scalable automated Facebook ads agency in just a few minutes. But secret number one, guys, we're going to talk about how I turned $97 and a simple idea into $20,000 per month. And this is going to make a lot of sense, right? I know $97 into $20,000 per month in only 30 days seems impossible, but I'm going to show you guys how it is possible on this webinar and how I did exactly that, right? And guys, secret number two is if you can drag and drop literally with a mouse, if you've ever used a mouse in your life on a computer, then you have all the technical skills you need to create a massive business using Facebook ads. And secret number three, guys, using just one funnel. Anyone can create a massive business using Facebook ads if they understand just one thing. And we're gonna talk about, of course, what exactly that one thing is, guys, because I've spent millions, right? Millions and millions of dollars perfecting my Facebook ads strategies, right? There's a reason why I was the fastest ever 2 Comma Club winner. And the 2 Comma Club is an award that a company called ClickFunnels puts on for people who make over $1 million with a single funnel, right? The fastest ever 2 Comma Club winner, making $1 million plus with just one funnel, and now that's over 3 million. Right, so I'm very, I know what I'm talking about, right? I don't like talking about myself. I hate calling myself a master. I never want to be associated with a guru, guys. But somebody who can turn $10,439 into $137, into $136,840, knows a little bit what they're doing, right? That's almost a 14x return. That's over a 13x return. So every $1,000 that I'm spending, I'm getting $13,000 back, guys. And again, right, I like to consider myself more than just, an implementer of Facebook ads. Facebook ads becomes as much an art as it is a science. People who think outside the box, people who see unique and creative ways to be able to target people in just unbelievably accurate ways are the people who win, right? And the formula is simple. Unique value plus unique strategies equals unique results, guys. And you see that we spent about $170,000 there, and we made over $900,000 back. Yes, we know how to Facebook as well as anyone in the world, and we're gonna teach you how to actually do that, guys. So one of the secrets to my success, and don't feel overwhelmed at all by this slide here, it's really not as complicated as it seems. It's really a 3-step process, just getting started, the introduction. And if you understand everything on this slide, right, then you're already well on your way, and you're far beyond most of the world when it comes to Facebook ads. So step number 1, guys, what we see right here in step number 1 is what's called the Facebook pixel. And there's so much there's so much confusion out there. There's so many people who don't understand how to use the Facebook pixel properly. If you know how to use the Facebook pixel properly, then you are so far ahead of most of the world, and even people who have used Facebook ads. I've heard about people, in my large group, or I've gotten comments on, that video that you guys looked at with almost 1 million views, of people who are running Facebook ads and complaining about not being successful, and then asking me if they should install their pixel, right? And so, it's kind of like walking in to a tunnel blind and getting hit by a train and then complaining about it, right? So the Facebook pixel. Think about the Facebook pixel like this. Have you ever been browsing like a random website somewhere out there, in the world, and then all of a sudden you get an advertisement on Facebook of the product that you were just looking at? Right? So like, let's say that I'm, going camping, I'm browsing, a camping website. Maybe I want to pick up a nice new shiny canoe to, take my friends in on a little boat trip. Right? And so I'm browsing a website, and then I decide, no, I'm not going to buy that canoe right now. And then I get on Facebook, start browsing my my Facebook feed, and all of a sudden I have an advertisement for that exact same canoe. Right? That is the power of the pixel. What the pixel does is it allows you to put a little piece of code, right? And all it is, guys, is copy and paste. It's nothing. You don't have to be a coder. I promise you. I'm the worst coder probably on the planet Earth. Just to be perfectly frank, right? So you copy and paste one little snippet of code right there. You put it onto your website, and there's tutorials about how to install your pixel on Shopify, on ClickFunnels, on WordPress, on all the different platforms. It's extremely easy to do. You take your pixel, you install it onto your website, right? And then the second part of step 1 right there is what's called events. Right, so Facebook tracks events, because how are you supposed to know if somebody actually purchased something from your website unless you tell Facebook that actual event has happened? Right, so all you do is you put your Facebook pixel on your whole website, and then you put the purchased event onto the thank you page of your website. And what I mean by the thank you page is, let's say that somebody goes and they check out a canoe, right? They put it in their shopping cart. Once you buy it, right, but only after you buy it, you're taken to the thank you page. It says, thank you for your purchase. You'll get an email now with a receipt, right? And so if you put this little snippet of code, the purchase event, on only the thank you page, that tells Facebook, okay, you got a purchase, right? And the reason that that's important, guys, is because you want to be able to know how many dollars of Facebook ad spend did I have to actually spend on Facebook ads to get a purchase? And so then you're able to say, okay, so I'm getting $5 cost per purchases, right? So it's taking me $5 of Facebook ad spend to get one purchase of my product. I have $10 of profit for every purchase. And so all of a sudden now I've made 10 minus 5 or $5 of overall profit after ad spend. And that is the beauty of the Facebook Pixel. It allows you to actually target exact people who've shown interest in your product by coming to your website. You can retarget those exact people and you can show them an ad. And the people who are profitable on Facebook are the ones who understand that fact, how to use the Facebook Pixel and how to retarget people and remind them, hey, you were looking at this canoe, why don't you come buy it? Those are the people who make the profit. The people who aren't using the Facebook Pixel are the people who are just, using Facebook ads for a bit, not finding it profitable and giving up. Right? So step number 2, guys, is what's called a custom audience. So a custom audience is, one of the most important parts of Facebook ads. It's how you kind of create, audiences of a specific person who does a specific thing, right? So we see a number of different things here, a number of different options here, excuse me. Customer file, website traffic, app activity, offline activity, engagement, right? So customer file is one of the ones that we use, right? You just upload a list of emails. Facebook matches those emails to real Facebook users and then allows you to target those real people based on, by connecting the email to that person, right? So my email, let's say it's kevindavid@gmail.com, right? If somebody uploaded a custom audience with my email, Facebook would match my email to my profile and they'd show me an ad to somebody who created that list. It's a very, very beautiful thing, but not everyone has an email list, you know what I mean? And so one of, if not the most popular kind of uses of custom audiences are called website traffic. So website traffic allows you to create a custom audience of people who visit your website at all, right? Any page of your website. It allows you to create custom audiences of people who visit, for example, maybe only one product of your website. So maybe you sell canoes, maybe you sell a camping stove, maybe you sell a tent, right? So you don't want to advertise to the wrong people. You only want to show a retargeting ad of people who looked at the canoe, right? You don't want to show a canoe to somebody who looked at a tent because then, it just doesn't make sense. And so you can create a website traffic custom audience of only people who visited specific parts of your website or people who visited your website in general. It's an incredibly, incredibly powerful tool. I cannot stress enough how important the website traffic custom audience is. We're going to talk about the next step in just one second. App activity and offline activity, we're not going to touch on. They're not used as much because not many people have apps out there. It is powerful if you do have an app, but we're not going to touch on it in this particular training. Offline activity is a little bit more kind of advanced and it's not used as often, but engagement is incredibly important, right? So you can literally target people who have visited your Facebook page. You can target people who have, visited your Instagram. You can target people who've engaged with your advertisements on Facebook, right? And you can use these methods of engagement in very, very powerful ways, right? You can literally retarget people who've engaged with one ad and you can show them the second ad. Hey, I saw that you saw my first ad. Why don't you look at this, right? And you can target them in a sequence, right? And it's some of the most powerful Facebook advertising campaigns I've ever made are sequence ads where you target people based on engagement with previous ads. And we go through that in detail, right? So step 3, guys, is a lookalike audience. A lookalike audience is probably the most powerful and kind of profound creation in modern advertising and in modern marketing. I would say that I would argue that it is the most important kind of revolution to modern marketing ever. And I'll explain why in just one second. So one of the problems with custom audiences, at least for most people, is you don't have infinite people who come to your website. Many of us only have a few visitors, maybe 100 visitors or 1,000 visitors to our website. And so that gets exhausted pretty quickly, right? We can't continue to show advertisements over and over and over again to the same 100 people, right? Or they're going to get angry and they're not going to buy it and they're just going to get upset, right? And so audience saturation happens very quickly. But with a lookalike audience, that all changes, right? So Facebook defines this as find new people on Facebook who are similar to your existing audiences. So what you do is you choose a source audience, right? So let's say, for example, that 100 people have visited my camping website, right? So I could choose that as the source audience, right? A custom, you could, in step number 2, you create a website traffic custom audience, right? People who visited my website, real people, but then that's only 100 people, so I can't advertise them to them forever, right? So what I do is I create what's called a lookalike audience. And that 100-person source audience that I just created of people who visited my website, what I do is I use that as the source audience for a lookalike audience, and Facebook goes out and finds me. You know, in the USA, it's around 2 million. Depending on the country, it's a little smaller, but let's say in the USA, it'll go out and find me 2 million people who share as many similarities and characteristics and traits as possible with the source audience. So let's say that, you know, of the 100 people who visited my website, 98 of them were men. Let's just say, for example, right? Let's say that 75 of them were men between the age of 24 to 35. Let's say that 90 of them lived in the USA. You know, Facebook would go out and say, okay, there's a lot of commonalities, and they would use an incredibly advanced algorithm to go out and find other people who share those same traits. It would go out, it would say, okay, 100 people, most of them are men, most of them are in this age range, most of them are in this location. Let's go find 2 million other people who share as many characteristics as possible with those people in the source audience. It is unbelievably powerful because it allows you to reach 2 million people who also want to buy your products, who also are interested in what you have to sell. And it allows you to scale your advertisements, you know, to the point where instead of spending $5 a day and making 10 profit, you're spending $500 a day and making 1,000 profit. And without lookalike audiences, that would not be possible. It is unbelievable. I cannot stress enough how important. If you understood everything on this slide, you're already well on your way to be able to, you know, take over Facebook ads and use Facebook ads to really take your business to the next level, or to create a completely, you know, independent source of passive income, creating a Facebook ads agency, guys. And again, I am not special. I've made a ton of mistakes. And you know, when I first started digital marketing, I didn't think that I needed a mentor or a coach. I wanted to do everything myself. I really didn't understand how to drive traffic the right way, right? I wasted so much money. I could have bought a freaking Lamborghini with the amount of money that I wasted on Facebook ads. I wish so badly that I would have not been so headstrong. I wouldn't have been so proud, and I would have found somebody who had already figured this stuff out, because I wasn't properly utilizing the power of the Facebook pixel. I didn't understand what the pixel was. I didn't understand that you could use it to retarget people. I didn't understand that you could create custom audiences, or that you could create lookalike audiences of people who are also wanting to buy your products, but just in a much larger way, right? I didn't understand that the real profit from Facebook ads came from building laser targeted audiences and then retargeting them correctly. That is the key, guys. People who understand how to retarget are the ones who are making millions, and the rest of people who don't understand Facebook pixels, who don't understand custom audiences, who don't understand lookalike audiences, and who don't understand the power of retargeting, those are the people who give up and say Facebook ads aren't profitable. But you know, I've also done a few things right? I shouldn't be too hard on myself, right? I quit my corporate job, I went all in on creating the life that I had always dreamed of living. I learned the most highly effective ways to target potential buyers, convert cold traffic, right? I figured out how to target any audience using all of the different tools and, you know, amazing kind of opportunities and targeters that Facebook allows. And you know, I drove over $1.5 million profit in a few short months using Facebook ads in a very, very simple sales funnel that we're going to share with you guys. And I learned from the right people, right? No matter the obstacle, I was not ever going to give up. I didn't see that as an option, right? I never considered giving up as an option. It just didn't register in my brain. And I think that the, you know, part of the reason that I was able to have some success was the fact that giving up just didn't seem like an option to me, because a lot of people, they'll try something, but if it gets hard or they don't see, you know, results right away, or some people, you know, on this training right now are probably going to drop off because they're bored of hearing me talk. They're not, you know, committed to actually creating real change in their lives. You know, I knew that I wanted something more. I knew that I wanted to be able to have the time freedom and, you know, the ability to travel to Thailand tomorrow on the first flight if I wanted to, or, you know, buy my dad a Tesla. I'd always wanted to buy my dad a Tesla. He did everything for me, you know, growing up, and he just never had much money, and he worked so hard, and I knew that I wanted to give him everything because it just meant so much to me. And I feel incredibly blessed to be able to meet people like Russell Brunson and Gary Vaynerchuk, and people that just kind of, it seemed like a dream to me, but then it kind of became real because of my commitment to learn things like Facebook ads, guys. And so you really only have two choices: the easy way or the hard way. And the hard way is on your own. And when I first started, I was too stubborn to look for a proven mentor. I felt totally lost. I tried to run a bunch of ads. I was just wasting money. It wasn't giving me the results I wanted. I was confused about the pixel. I didn't understand audiences. I had no mentor, no support group, which is part of the reason that I created, the Facebook Ads Ninja group, and the reason that I've worked so hard to maintain that as a community, and the reason that it's the biggest community in the world now is because I didn't have that when I first started, and I wanted to create something, where people could really have the support that they needed to become financially free, guys. And the easy way is mimicking success, duplicating other people's success, using proven strategies, not trying to go figure out everything on your own, not wasting thousands of dollars and hundreds, if not thousands of hours of your life trying to learn this stuff when there's proven ways that just work again and again and again. To find proven blueprints that create successful Facebook ads campaign with no guesswork. And again, finding a group of people in the same place as you and forming a mastermind. So I learned lessons the hard way. Again, I wasted a ton of money. But the good part about that for you guys watching right now is, my mistakes and millions of wasted ad spend become your catapult to success, right? Again, use your mentor's experience so you don't have to repeat any of their mistakes. It's beautiful, right? Use the strategies to immediately utilize the power of Facebook advertising and to 10x your business. And so, prior to becoming free, I was working 80 hours a week as an accountant. Like, not a lot of people know about that, but, I was sad. I was depressed. And I don't like admitting that. I don't like to admit that I didn't like my life. I didn't like to admit that I was at rock bottom. But, I was spending day after day and week after week and month after month sitting in the same cubicle, the same corner cubicle next to the water cooler. I would listen to the same boss droll on about the same things, talking about, how I needed to improve my people skills and how he needed more effort out of me. And I was thinking to myself, is this my life? Is this literally going to be how I spend the rest of my life? And so, I needed to decide. I needed to have a moment of clarity. And, that is when it kind of pushed me to researching. That's when it pushed me to figure out that there was another option. That is when I had an epiphany, right? I had already figured out, Facebook ads. I was making some, money with Facebook ads in certain ways. I was testing things. Things I was starting to see a little bit, but I hadn't really figured it out yet. I didn't have any capital. I was basically living paycheck to paycheck, working as my job as an accountant, because I was living in California at the time in the Bay Area, and the housing costs and, my car and everything. It was basically eating up 100% of the money I was making. So I was literally just working to survive. I had no capital. I had no product to sell, but I could run Facebook ads for other businesses, for local businesses, and I could get paid to do it, right? And so the secret to my success, guys, is I just kind of figured out, just through trial and error, just through actually taking action, just through really, making that decision to myself that I had to do something, that I was not going to waste away in that cubicle that I hated, at that job I hated, that I was going to really do something with my life. I figured out the problem with the old form of advertising. Every day on my commute, I had an hour and 20-minute commute to go 17 miles in the Bay Area. 17 miles took me an hour and 20 minutes every morning on the way there and every night on the way back. 3 hours almost of commute every single day. I would see billboards, right? I would see billboards on the freeway of things that literally meant nothing to me, right? I would see billboards of diapers and women's clothing, things that I would literally never in a million years buy, and they were just wasting money on me. And what I realized was, and it's actually funny, we use this now in all of our scripts that we teach, how to actually get new clients, how to get high-paying, high-ticket clients. We use this in all of our scripts, to sign people, and it converts incredibly well because it makes so much sense, right? When you pay for a billboard, and the average cost for a billboard in Boston, the last time I checked, for a month, I believe was $20,000, right? That billboard is seen by a lot of people, right? But the problem with that is 99% of those people who see that billboard are not going to buy. They're not interested in that billboard, right? When you have a product on a billboard for men or for women only, instantly you take 50% of the people out of the equation, right? 50% of the people immediately are not going to be interested in that product or that service or whatever you're advertising on the billboard, right? If it's only related to one gender, but you're still paying for all of it, right? And that was the key, right? That was part of what just kind of sparked this epiphany for me. The old way of advertising is a waste, right? And so the point is the beauty and what's so incredible as far as creating a Facebook ads agency, right? Getting paid $1,000 a month per client, right? Or more, right? I started out getting $1,000 per month per client. And that was when I was at the very start of creating my Facebook ads agency. And once I started to sign on 1 client, 2 client, 3 client, 4 client, 10 clients, all of a sudden I was making $10,000 profit a month, right? And then, once I got to my 20th client in that first 30 days, I was making 6 to 7 times more money than I was at my job as an accountant. And I was working, 10 times less. It was incredible. And so, the secret to my success, guys, was just bridging the gap between old school and new school, right? AKA the bridge. And what I mean by old school and new school is there's companies out there that make millions of dollars that have absolutely no idea how to advertise. They have advertising budgets, right? And they dump money into radio ads, into billboards, into archaic forms of advertising that no longer work. You're paying $100,000, for example, you're gonna pay $100,000 for a billboard, and 99% of people, or more, probably more, of the people who see that billboard are not going to be interested in the product. If you pay $100,000 for Facebook ads done correctly, every single person that you show that ad to will be interested in what you have to sell, right? You are going to be targeting them. Maybe you're selling a baby product. You're targeting expecting mothers in certain area codes who like certain, certain baby-related product, Baby Einstein, all of these different things in such intricate and amazingly beautiful ways that no matter, even if you're just starting, right? You can use Facebook ads as a complete beginner with no knowledge whatsoever. You could still use Facebook ads and make it more profitable than a billboard. But if you know what you're doing, then you can make it 100 times more profitable. And that's what we're gonna show you, right? And then simplification, right? The technological revolution, because the beautiful thing is, Facebook ads is very complicated until it's not, right? Like anything. Riding a bike seemed very complicated at first too, at least to me when I was crashing every time. But once I learned to ride a bike, it was second nature. It was very easy to me, and it was also fun. I am sincerely, being honest and genuine when I say I have fun making Facebook ads. It is seriously, it's fun creating these creative, awesome, new and exhilarating ideas of reaching the perfect customer in the perfect way, and then seeing that effort instantly, be kind of gratified by people buying and by, you making significantly more money than you're spending. It's seriously it's addictive. And you guys, if you have advertised on Facebook profitably, you know what I mean. And when you're making 10x returns or you're making 20x returns or more, that addiction and that fun just becomes even more fun because you're making money. Your clients are making money like they've never made before. Or if you're using Facebook ads for your own business, you're making money like you've never made before, and it's incredible, right? And the world of advertising, guys, has changed. And the simple truth, and most people don't want to hear it, right, is you either keep up or you die. And so, and like I said, I ended up making $20,000 profit my first month running Facebook ads for client. And that's $20,000 profit. When you hear about all these other businesses like, Shopify and affiliate marketing, crypto, whatever it is, right? A lot of times people report revenue, right? So if I made $20,000 revenue, but I spent $25,000 advertising to get that revenue, that's a loss of $5,000, right? The beautiful part about running Facebook ads for clients is all it takes is your time. And for many of us, right, we have a little bit more time than we have money. I know at least I did when I was first getting started. I had all the time in the world, but I just didn't have money to invest into something, right? I didn't have, infinite money to go out and buy $100,000 worth of product to be able to sell it, right? And so I needed to figure out a way that I could make a bunch of money with very very little money to start. And the beautiful part about Facebook advertising is you can run advertisements for other businesses. They pay you a monthly retainer. Every single month they pay you, and that's 100% profit. All it takes is your time, right? And the beautiful part about the Facebook Ads Ninja Masterclass, and what we teach is it has everything that you need. It's not only about creating a Facebook ads agency, creating an independent source of passive income that's entirely profit, has no expenses, right? No traditional expenses. It also, we cover everything that you need to be able to use Facebook ads to 10x your current business. It doesn't matter if you have a brick and mortar restaurant or a club or a bar, or you're a real estate agent, right? I went very, very in depth specifically for real estate agents because I understand like some of the most insane profits we've ever had have been in real estate. One time we spent, I think we were getting $5 leads for one of our real estate agents, and we sold $900,000 worth of condos, and we spent, I believe, less than $150. There's no other way in the world that you can spend $150 and generate 900 grand than with Facebook ads and real estate, which is why I went so deeply into it. But we talk about the key to Facebook ads for Shopify, because not enough people are using Facebook ads for Shopify, and DPAs, or dynamic product ads, are the key, right? And what you see right here on your screen is, excuse me, a number of different shoes. And why this is important is what we talked about before. If you have a large Shopify store, like let's say you have 100 products, it would be incredibly laborious, and it would be a lot of work to set up, custom audiences for each one of your products, right? To retarget every one of the people who visit each one of your specific products. Dynamic product ads take all of that work out if you know how to do it, right? And it's a little bit complicated to set up. We walk through step by step by step. Dynamic product ads are the most profitable way to advertise possible for Shopify or any e-commerce business. And I'm gonna repeat that because I'm 100% sure about it. Dynamic product ads are the most profitable way to scale a Shopify store to the absolute moon. And we go 100% over my shoulder, step by step by step, detailed, teach you exactly how to do that. Excuse me. And then for Amazon, right? Amazon was one of the ways that I got started, when I was first trying to create passive sources of income and trying to become a full-time entrepreneur. And that's why, Facebook ads for Amazon completely changed my business. Nobody is using the strategies that we teach for Amazon. Not only do we teach you exactly how to set up Facebook ads for Amazon, because one of the problems that a lot of people don't talk about and a lot of the gurus out there don't teach or even know about is you can't run Facebook ads directly to an Amazon product listing, right? And the reason for that is because you don't control that page. You can't insert your pixel into Amazon's website, right? But there are ways, and there's secret software that we use that allows you to pixel people, sending them directly from a Facebook ad right to your product listing. And then this same incredible software allows you to create custom audiences of everyone who clicks your ads, so that you can retarget them and then 10x your profits, guys. And we go even one step beyond that, right? We show you and share with you the exact funnel that we use. You see it right here in pink, right? This is the funnel that we use to sell products, to get reviews, to build momentum, to run giveaways, to get our products immediately. The fastest way possible to get our products to page one is using Facebook ads in the correct way. Amazon heavily incentivizes and rewards users and sellers who bring traffic from other websites onto Amazon, because Amazon is a business, right? They need to make money, and Amazon is incredibly good at making you buy things you didn't know you needed. And so it's all in their incentive to reward people who bring people from external traffic sources, aka Facebook. And so we talk about everything that you need to know for Facebook ads for Shopify, Facebook ads for Amazon, in ways that no one else is teaching, and in ways that we've scaled into the multi-millions by using. So we have everything that you possibly need. We have in part A, right, how to create a Facebook ads agency, a totally unique source of income, totally independent source of income, all profit, no traditional expenses. Or we teach you how to scale to the absolute moon for your current business, whether it's e-commerce, brick and mortar, whatever. So are Facebook ads for digital marketing dead as we know it? People have been saying Facebook ads are too expensive since they literally first launched. There's more than 2 billion, and I put it in capitals here, billion with a B, active monthly users. There's never been anything in history like that, right? Over 70% of Facebook users visit the platform every single day. Your customers are there. It does not matter what you're selling. Your customers are there. I guarantee it. I'm 100% sure. Advertising is essential for businesses, and digital marketing is the quickest way to scale no matter what you're selling, no matter what your business is. It does not matter. And guys, the most important platform for digital marketers, a company went out and interviewed, some of the biggest advertisers in the world who advertise everywhere in newspaper, literally every form of advertising. And everyone is saying that 62% of people are saying Facebook is the most important platform for digital marketers, and it's not even close, guys. So people started asking me, how was I doing this? Because, my friends and my family started to see, and, my ex-coworkers, it's funny, they always shoot me messages and saying, I see you traveling for months at a time, because I used to, the past few years, I've been traveling throughout Asia, throughout South America. I went to Brazil, Colombia, Thailand, Cambodia, Indonesia, Bali, all of these different places. And my friends were saying, how the heck are you getting all this time off work, right? People were just really asking me how I was doing it. How can I start a Facebook agency that allows me to be my own boss, right? That's the question, and have the flexibility to travel and spend more time with my friends and my family. And so people started asking me this all the time, Kevin, how are you doing it? Like, what's your secret? How are you able to have so much free time? How are you making enough money to be able to travel and do all of these things, right? So let's break it down, right? Let's break it down. So according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, right, the following were the average salaries for Americans based on age: 16 to 19 years old, 21,000, right? We're ignoring that. Let's just take the average here. We see 27,000, 40, 50, 50, 50, 47. Let's say 50,000 is the average, even though it's obviously lower than that, right? So let's say 50,000 is the average. A very conservative amount to charge a customer to run Facebook ads for them is $1,000 per month, guys. And there's no easier way. There's no easier way to keep a client or to keep someone paying you than making them more money than they're paying you, right? If you're making them an additional $2,000 profit per month that they wouldn't make without you, and they're only paying you $1,000, that's the easiest decision ever for a business to make, right? So a very conservative amount is $1,000 per month. This means, guys, that all you need to do is get 4 businesses, 4 clients, 4 customers, 4 anyone to say yes to having you run their ads. And all of a sudden, guys, you're making more than, or you're making almost as much, if not more, than the average American makes with 4 yeses. Right? How many of us out there that are watching this right now, right, have a doctor? How many people out there have a dentist? How many people out there have gone to a chiropractor or any type of business, right? All of what I just named, doctors, dentists, chiropractors, those are some of the most profitable clients that we hire, right? Pretty much every city in America, whether large or small, at least has one dentist, or at least has one doctor, right? But most larger cities have, 50, 100, multiple hundreds of these businesses, and they all need marketing, right? They all need to get more customers. They all need more paying customers. And if you can get 4 yeses, right, you're all of a sudden instantly making as much as the average American, which is by far, one of the richest countries in the world. But what if you get more than 4 to sign, right? If you get 5 people to sign, you're making $5,000 a month, times 12 is 60 grand, right? If you get 10 people to have you run their Facebook ads for them, all of a sudden you're making $10,000 a month. Or, times 12 is $120,000 profit, right? That's not revenue, it's profit. And so the math of a Facebook ads agency is incredible, and it starts to scale, right? And once you get more than 4 or 5 customers, you can start charging more because you're now worth more. And the beautiful thing about creating a Facebook ads agency is referrals, right? You don't have to go out there and find other people. If you're performing, which is the absolute #1 key focus of the Facebook Ads Ninja Masterclass, how to be able to perform and deliver results to any business, right? If you're performing, which you will be, people are going to tell their friends about you, right? I promise you that if you're making a dentist or a doctor more money, they have 5 friends that they went to dental school with and 10 friends that they went to medical school with, and they're all going to sign up and they're all going to be begging you. I've seen it happen again and again and again with my students. Right? And so let's talk about the KISS principle, right? Keep it simple, stupid, right? How ninjas get paying clients. So we're talking about tangible results for any beginner, any expert, right? How to find hot leads, and we've talked about this before, right? I literally, when I was first getting started, and many of my students do the same thing, I would see billboards and I would see the phone number that it says to call, and I would call them and say, hey, do you guys realize how much money that you're losing? Right? Do you guys realize how much money you're wasting having a billboard? And if you give me half the advertising budget that you're currently spending on that billboard, I'll give you double the results that you're seeing from it. I guarantee it, right? And you'd be surprised how many people are like, okay, right? And they stop spending money on the billboard and they give you a chance. And if you understand what you're doing, which you will, then you're going to be making significantly more money. And it's the same thing with Yelp, right? If you go on Yelp right now, and you type in doctor wherever you are, most likely you're going to see some ads, right? You're going to see organic results, but at the top you're going to see Yelp ads. Yelp ads are one of the biggest wastes of money that I've seen. Yelp has extremely predatory advertising methods. Like it's not a self-serve platform like Facebook. They try to lock you into like $400 or $1,000 a month. Business owners have no idea what's going on. They have no idea what the results are. And I've heard this again and again and again from people that are just ecstatic making the switch from Yelp into a Facebook ads agency with someone who knows what they're doing. And it's just a really, really amazing thing. And guys, we share exact scripts, right? We share literally exact scripts of what we say to businesses, how we build rapport, how we introduce ourselves. And these are cold leads, right? It's the easiest thing in the world to get your own dentist and your own doctor to get your first like 2-3 clients per month. But it's a little bit harder. It's not that hard, but it's a little bit harder to get cold leads. But the thing is, guys, once you have testimonials, once you have results, getting more clients, and we're not even talking about referrals. Referrals are the easiest form of clients. We're talking about getting new clients when you have testimonials becomes instantly easier. And this isn't general. This isn't high level stuff. We've done this again and again and again. And hundreds of my students have done this before. We use what's called the crazy discount funnel, right? And it's not rocket science, but a lot of people aren't using it, which is why it works so well, right? The ad itself, we offer something of value, super cheap or even free, right? We see right here in the bottom right, $49 exam and teeth cleaning, $500 value, only 50 vouchers available. Sometimes we even do a free teeth cleaning, right? And the magic of that, if you're thinking to yourself, how is a dentist going to make profit if they're giving away a teeth cleaning, right? The magic of that, guys, is the value ladder. If a dentist gets a new customer, right? Most people don't switch dentists. Like if I'm living in the same city, I'm never switching dentists. It's just too much work. They already have your information, right? How many of you guys really are switching dentists often? Like unless they're like a complete, butthead or whatever. Most of us aren't switching dentists. And dentists that are smart and understand business understand that getting a new client, even if they have to give away a teeth cleaning, right, is going to be profitable down the line. And we teach you exactly how to explain that, the value ladder, right? Teeth cleaning for free, but then you get retainers made. Then you get teeth whitening. Then you get any type of dental surgery. All these things that are so much more profitable for a dentist to have. And we give you the crazy discount funnel to apply to any business. It doesn't have to be a dentist. It doesn't have to be a doctor. It could be a nightclub. It could be a restaurant, right? And then we go into a lot of detail on something that no one is using, which is chatbots. And we're not going to talk about that quite yet. Chatbots are the most exciting kind of revolution in the recent history. It's going to replace email. Similarly, how email replaced faxes and pagers. And guys, that is just scratching the surface. I don't mean to overwhelm you by, talking about, really kind of in the trenches stuff like chatbots, like, the crazy discount funnels, things like that. But I want to be able to add value. I want to show you guys like real stuff on this webinar. A lot of people, just on webinars, they're just selling things constantly and, kind of smashing in your face all of like how cool they are. But like always, guys, I want to add real value. That's why I'm showing you the crazy discount funnel. That's why I'm showing you the exact scripts that we use. That's why I'm showing you, really the step-by-step process of the pixel, custom audiences, lookalike audiences. I really want to add value because, even if you don't decide that you do want to work with me and become, one of our incredible students, then I still want to add value to you, because that's just who I am. I want to see people succeed. It's the most meaningful and fulfilling thing to me in the world when I get messages from people saying, Kevin, I did it, right? I quit my 9-to-5 job. I left. I'm done. I'm out, right? And that is the most valuable thing to me in the world, because at the end of the day, guys, I have enough money. Like and I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but I have enough money. I've worked incredibly hard. I could retire today. The reason that I'm doing this is not for money. The reason that I'm doing this is to help people, because not too long ago, I felt depressed and anxious. And, I honestly and sincerely was not a happy person because of my 9-to-5 job, because I felt trapped. I did not see a way out, which is why I dedicated my life to making my students successful. So let's talk about just a few of my crazily successful students. We see Drew, Jeff, and Philip. Jeff looks so stunning in that little white collared shirt. And Jeff, if you're ever watching this, I love you, brother. So Drew Richardson, right? CEO of Freedom All-Stars, one of my students, and he's literally just absolutely destroying it right now. CEO of Freedom All-Stars. He created a Facebook ad agency, and he's seriously doing numbers now that he just could never have imagined, right? And that's kind of the beauty of Facebook ads. He used to be a nurse, right? He was supporting, his amazing wife and himself. They lived out in Baltimore, where they were living was kind of expensive. It was just, they were kind of always making ends meet, and they were just living kind of paycheck to paycheck. He realized that he wanted more. And so he committed to the system, he implemented the system, and he made it work. Jeff Bannock is another incredible student of mine. He previously was a veteran at one time. And he and I have discussed this. He's one of my best friends now, and previously has been one of my incredible students. He was a veteran, and at one time he was homeless, right? And he's admitted this to me. He was homeless, and at one time he had to actually pawn off his wife's wedding ring to be able to afford to eat. That's literally, he's experienced both the bottom and the top. And let me tell you, what I mean by that, which is, something that I would never want anyone to have to experience, how terrible a situation like that would be. And, just the other day, he signed a $40,000 profit contract for his agency, for building out all of the ecosystem, for running the Facebook ads, doing the Messenger ManyChat for a business. $40,000, and guys, that's not $40,000 revenue, right? That's $40,000 profit. And then Philip Law. Again, an incredible person. He's come to all of our live events in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, is when I first met him for the first time in person. He came to our live event in Las Vegas, in San Diego, in Thailand, all of our live events, guys, which are called NinjaCon, by the way, which we will talk about soon. Our live events are probably have been some of the most happy and memorable times of my entire life. But let's talk about Philip. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. It's just so incredible meeting people who really have actually changed their lives for the better. So Philip created his Facebook ads agency. He now runs Facebook ads for some of the largest real estate agents in Las Vegas. He also does work with the medical marijuana industry, and he is just absolutely killing it. One of the nicest, most genuine, amazing people I've met. Drew, Jeff, and Philip. If you guys are watching, I love you guys. So again, don't just take my word for it, right? My students are crushing it. Justin, said Facebook ads are complicated, man. Kevin finally made it make sense for me. He was using Facebook ads poorly, and by the time he got through my course, he kind of realized that some products are better to sell on Facebook, some don't do as well, right? And planning ahead, knowing what sells and how you can target. I remember when he messaged me about this, is the key, right? And you can see right there that he spent $30.49 in ad spend, and it generated over $700 in sales. Right? That's $770 of sales from $30. There's no other way to do that other than Facebook ads. And then Carolina. I've been struggling in the e-com digital product space for a while now, but Facebook ads were always too complex for me. I struggled with getting any sales or conversions. I didn't understand how to use the Facebook pixel or create custom audiences or retarget people, right? And I'm not gonna read the entire thing, guys, but you see that there's just student after student after student that are making this work. And you see that $54.09 generated over $1,000 in sales. Where else can you turn $50 into $1,000? I ask you that question. So let's talk about some more secrets, right? Because I want to add as much possible value as I can during this training, right? Secret number one, how to get local businesses new customers before they pay you, right? Eliminating all friction. Because if you can show these businesses, that you intend to run Facebook ads for, if you show them that you can actually get more people, more customers, more paying customers for them before they pay you, right? It's the easiest sale in the world. And we're going to show you a very simple and very cheap way to get them results first, which makes the sale 100 times easier. Secret number two, how to take advantage of the disconnect, right? The bridge between local businesses and the offline world and the online world. And again, how to just profit incredibly from it. And then how I scaled to $20,000 profit per month quickly. And guys, the hint is testing optimization and referral incentives, right? Referral incentives, again, being the key. We have some incredibly clever ways that we incentivize our current clients, right? Our current businesses who are paying us $1,000 a month or more to give us referrals, right? We give them discounts. We have a lot of very clever ways, and it explodes the number of people who are interested and who are coming on and who start to pay you as their Facebook advertiser if they're being referred by people they trust. Easiest sale in the world. We're going to talk about exactly how to do that. Right, so like we talked about before, right? Secret number one, how your doctor and dentist could suddenly start paying you instead of you paying them. And this happens every single day. And the same thing, guys, what a gym, a yoga studio, and a nightclub have in common, and how to turn each one into lifelong profit partners. And I say profit partners instead of clients because they're making more money than they pay you. And that is the most beautiful synergy in business possible. And then again, how to use sales funnels to eliminate the technical gap for yourself and more importantly for your paying customers. It's unbelievably simple, and you'd be surprised how few businesses know how to make a website. It's unbelievable. There's just archaic businesses out there, and making a website is easier than it's ever been. People with no technical skill can do it if they know how. Secret number two, how to find huge audiences who share commonalities with your buyers and how to convert them into paying customers. It's quick. It's the easy ninja method. We teach it over and over and over again, and it just simply works. And we're going to show you exactly how to implement that today with any business. How to turn your pixel into your best friend, right? You guys are going to be good old pals. The secret ninja tactics to leverage the power of the pixel to explode your campaigns. And then how to leverage human psychology to turn cold audiences into raving fans who will tell all their friends about you and your company to increase word of mouth sales. It's actually surprisingly simple if you understand buyer psychology and how to actually implement that on Facebook. Once you understand this one tool, right, this one strategy about human psychology, everything all of a sudden changes. And then secret number three, how to drastically lower your ad costs while increasing conversions, which is not as hard as you think. And then how to scale ad campaigns to the moon, and more importantly, do so the right way, right? You can ruin everything by making one mistake, everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And then how to use Facebook's unbelievable logs and files and troves and just unimaginable amounts of data to create laser targeted audiences who are waiting to buy what you're selling rather than wasting money on a billboard, showing a billboard ad to 100,000 people, only 10 of which are going to care, right? 1% of which are going to care, or significantly less. Because again, the old model is exchanging your time for money directly. Right? 1 hour of your life for X dollars, for $10, for $20, for $25, whatever it is. And salary, right? Salary is even worse. I was making more as an intern at my accounting job by the hour because of so much overtime that I was working than I was making when I got my salary. And they tried to trick me and say that it was a promotion, but I knew that I was going to be working the same, if not more, and that I was going to be paid significantly less because of no overtime. And so then putting, the old model again is putting money into a retirement account and after 50 years, retire with some relatively small sum, and then you can only use that money once you're too old to fully enjoy it. So that is the old model. The new model is creating an equitable, scalable business where you do not, underlined, capitalized, enunciated, emphasized, do not directly exchange your time for money, right? You earn money while you're sleeping. You earn money while you're camping. You earn money while you're vacationing with your family. You earn money while you're not working. And then you continue to reinvest into your business for years and watch how your income streams increase in direct proportion to your hard work. And what I mean by that, right, this is not necessarily obvious on surface level. Your income stream increases in direct proportion to your hard work, because I think a lot of us have had a corporate job at one point in our lives, and we've seen people get promoted who just didn't deserve it, right? People who are not working as hard as you, people who are not as smart as you, people who are not, by merit should not be promoted, but they are promoted because of, the politics and the bureaucratics of the corporate world. I saw it happen to me. People who are not performing nearly as quality of work, people who are not working nearly as hard, people who are not getting the company nearly as many sales as me get promoted instead of me, right? Even though I was working so much harder. But the beautiful part about working for yourself, right, is your income streams increase in direct proportionality to your hard work. Because remember, guys, it is not normal working 40 to 80 hour weeks ever. Right? So I just want you to imagine, right? Close your eyes, get the meditation going, right? Get some incense going, get some essential oils. Imagine what your life would be like if you had tons of Facebook ad clients and you never had to worry about being able to deliver incredible results, right? We talked about the math already. 4 people saying yes, 4 simple yeses. Easiest thing in the world, 4 yeses, and all of a sudden you're making as much, if not more, than the average American instantly, right? And that requires so much less than 40 hours a week, I can't even describe it. Imagine you were making more than your old 9-to-5 job every month, working on your own schedule as your own boss, where if as hard as you worked, that's how much money you made. No one got promoted over you that didn't deserve it, right? There's no politics, there's no bureaucratics, there's no BS that you have to deal with that is so prevalent in the corporate world. And you never had to worry about getting new clients because they're begging to hire you. They're begging to pay you money. This is what it's like in the Facebook Ads Ninja Masterclass and in the family. And it's the reason that so many of our students have had such incredible success so quickly. So let's have a little question time. And we're getting close to the end of the webinar. I know it's kind of been a long one, but I wanted to add a ton of value to you guys. I hope that you've learned a lot, and we're not done yet. We still have some freebies and some fun stuff to give you guys, so do not worry. So question time. Would you rather let money make 1.5% return, or 40%, or 50%, or even 100% return on investment? Right? Because a lot of people just leave money in the bank. They don't do anything with it. And there's very few banks in the world that even give you 1.5% interest, right? And so people out there that are just leaving money in the bank and not using it to create more, those are the people who stay poor. And those are the people who do not understand how to actually create true wealth. Right? And what's the one thing that makes people take the risk necessary to change their lives? It's crazy. People, do the same thing over and over again. They never try new things, and they expect change. They expect their life to change. I think that's actually the definition of insanity. But what's the one thing that makes people take the risk necessary to change their lives? And I remember, I got to meet and listen to Tony Robbins speak, and he said that the answer to that is certainty. Right? If you were certain that a stock was going to go up 100%, then you'd buy it. You put your life savings into it, right? But it's impossible to be certain that a stock's going to go up. Unless it's illegal, for example. But in a legal, honest world, then it's impossible, right? But it is not impossible in this scenario. There's proven results. There's students, hundreds and hundreds of students, again and again and again. And myself and my own record and my own track record with Facebook ads has proven that Facebook ads have the capability to completely change any business and have the capability to create a completely independent, brand new source of passive income. And so what's the biggest single factor, the single biggest factor I attribute to my success, guys? The answer to that, without a doubt, is jumping in. right? I wasted years of my life wasting away in my cubicle because it seemed normal, right? My coworkers were doing it, my friends were doing it. Everyone was telling me how lucky I was to get, such a prestigious job that so many people applied for and I was chosen for, right? The only reason that I escaped from that is because one day I woke up and I said to myself, this is not my destiny. This is not what I'm meant to be doing. The single biggest factor that I attribute to my success is just taking the first step. 99.9% of people are not willing to do that, which is why 99% of people or more live average lives and work 9-to-5 jobs where they're sacrificing 40 hours, 80 hours a week, missing, their children's baseball games or basketball games, or missing, the opportunity to be able to travel and see new places like Thailand and like Greece and all of these opportunities that I've been so grateful and lucky to have, I would not have had if I hadn't made that one choice, right? Sometimes the smallest decisions make the biggest impacts in our lives. And guys, I have another question. How would you like to work directly with me and get help to ensure that you crush Facebook ads for your current business, for your Shopify business, for your Amazon business, if you have a brick and mortar business, if you have a service business, or if you're trying to create a completely new source of passive income, creating a Facebook ads agency? How would you guys like to work directly with me? And how would it change your life making an extra $5,000 a month from home? What about $10,000? What about $20,000? And I want you to actually picture this. I know it sounds impossible. I know it sounds imaginary. I know it sounds out of reach right now, but hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of my students are doing this every single day. And I want you to literally imagine, how would your life be different if you were making an extra $10,000 a month, $20,000, $50,000? How would your life be different if you were making another $10,000 a month? Would you be able to get a new car that you've always been wanting to do? Would you be able to, go on vacation that your wife or your husband or your kids have been begging you for? Would you be able to get, a second house that you've wanted in some vacation destination? Would you be able to do things that you've always wanted to do, but you just haven't been able to do because of, work restrictions or not, earning enough income? Would you be able to help your friends and family? Would you be able to do the things that you wanted to do, right? And guys, can I share with you exactly how my students were able to make an additional, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $20,000, $50,000, and even more? Some of my students are making over $100,000 a month now. And guys, can I share with you exactly how my students did this? And you can reach out in the chat right now, spam the yes or no if you're not interested, right? If you're still here and you're not interested, then I hope you got some value, and I wish you the best. But if you are interested in really making real change, type a yes right now into the chat box, and I'm going to share it with you guys. And I'm seeing a ton of yeses coming in right now. So thank you guys so much. I love you all. Seriously, I'm going to continue to add value, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how it's possible for you to do this too, right? So how are my students making an extra $10,000, $20,000 or more dollars profit every single month, guys? The Facebook Ads Ninja Masterclass, it is the first of its kind that has everything you need, not only for Facebook ads to explode any business, right, no matter what it is, and also offers the most thorough step-by-step instructions to creating a Facebook ads agency, an incredibly profitable one, literally within your first 30 days, guys. So what do you get? Here is what you get. Understanding Facebook ads plus the power of the Ninja Pixel. And this is a $497 value. People have bought, these individual programs as, we release them individually. Now we sell it all together, right? So you get understanding Facebook ads plus the power of the Ninja Pixel, the most detailed step-by-step instruction anywhere relating to the Ninja Pixel, to the Facebook Pixel. You get the complete beginner to Facebook Ad Ninja, the only campaigns you need section, right, where we talk about everything that you possibly need for Facebook ads. We talk about all of the different marketing objectives, all of the different ways to use Facebook ads in the most efficient ways, video views, right? We talk about reach campaigns, traffic campaigns, conversion campaigns, and don't worry if you don't know what this is. Everything that you possibly need is in this section. There's never been a Facebook course as detailed and as step-by-step and as thorough as the one that we're about to talk about. So We talk about how to create ultra-targeted audience that will skyrocket your business, right? And we've, again, $14.97 value for just that one piece alone. How to create ad copy plus creative that convert like crazy using psychological strategies that we've proven again and again and again. How to start a Facebook ad agency without needing your own product. My students are making tens of thousands every single month, entirely profit. Right, we see Stefan right here. I signed my first doctor's office using the exact strategy you taught. They agreed to pay me a bi-monthly retainer for my services. And I remember I was saying, that's so awesome, right? And he said, I know I can actually do this. You are my hero, right? And that's the most impactful, beautiful, amazing message that I could ever possibly receive. And then we talked about the one thing that will make or break your Facebook ad profitability, again, which we will talk about in 1 second, the key to retargeting, guys. And this is a total value of over $10,000. And we've had, companies and people and businesses, hire me directly who've paid significantly more than that for much less detail, much less step by step. And so bonus number one, guys, because again, I always like to over deliver. Everything that I do, I try to actually go above and beyond. So we're going to give you guys some seriously insane bonuses if you do decide that you want to learn more and you want to join the family and you want to be our next crazy success story. So how to create a Facebook ad funnel for free, right? A free Facebook ad funnel where you literally aren't paying any out-of-pocket costs for Facebook ads using something called the tripwire technique, which is basically, selling an irresistible, very low ticket product, like a $7, $9 product, something like that, at the perfect point of your Facebook ad funnel, to the point where that is completely negating your Facebook ads cost. And so you're building an email list for free, you're building clients for free, you're selling products for free, you're literally not paying any Facebook ads. And we're going to talk any cost for Facebook ads. And we're going to talk about the 6 most underutilized psychological tactics that are going to instantly change your ads forever, right? Because psychology has so much to do with advertising. I've probably read over 100 books relating to psychology, buyer psychology, Influence by Robert Cialdini. All of these different books are incredibly applicable, to Facebook ads and to all forms of marketing. And people don't understand how important this is. And we had an entire bonus dedicated to this. And this is applicable to any product, any business, any service. We made it exactly, that detailed that you can apply it to any different service or business, guys. And we want to actually reward people who are really serious about this, because I know that if you're watching this right now, then you're serious, right? You're serious about making real change in your life. And so what we're going to do, guys, is we want to keep this very, very exclusive. So this bonus is only going to be for the first 30 people who decide to join the Facebook Ads Ninja Masterclass family today. The 31st person on today's webinar will not have access to this bonus, and I promise you this bonus is not something that you want to miss. So bonus number 2, guys, because we like to over deliver, the Ninja Instagram Blueprint. Instagram was recently valued at over $100 billion. That is worth more than most companies on earth, and it's just one small piece of Facebook's empire, right? The Instagram Blueprint. This is exactly how I use a few simple tricks to take advantage of the highest converting, most active social media in the world. Instagram is growing faster than any other platform. Instagram Stories is the fastest growing ever platform in history, right? It grew faster than Facebook, it grew faster than Snapchat, Twitter, doesn't matter. Instagram is literally on fire right now. It's growing faster than ever. The younger generations and demographics are absolutely buying things and engaging and converting like never before. And we're gonna show you how to use Instagram to drive unlimited, profitable, and fanatical buyers to your business, guys. And we want to keep this even more exclusive, because some of my students on Instagram alone are generating more money than I was making at my 9-to-5 job, just from one small section, just from one bonus of this course. People are generating more than I was making at my entire job at my 9-to-5. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we wanna keep this very exclusive for the people who are definitely extremely serious about, making this real and making this into a hugely, profitable endeavor because, I want my students to succeed. The more people who go out and actually implement this and are willing to put in the hard work, right? That makes me fulfilled watching people actually, absolutely kill this and change their lives, guys. So we want to keep this extremely exclusive. So we're going to keep this bonus for the first 20 people only. Again, the 21st person on today's webinar will not have access to the Ninja Instagram Blueprint. And last, but certainly not least, guys, the future. Right? And what I mean by the future is messenger bots are the future. People who are implementing messenger bots now are going to have an unbelievable advantage to people who are not using them 1 year from now. Mark it down on a calendar, put it on a plaque. I'm saying this because I'm 100% sure I'm using it myself. Emails right now have like a 3% click-through rate. And what I mean by that is 3% of people who you send an email to actually click what you want them to click. Messenger bots, that's closer to 50%, right? 3% versus 50%. It's incredible. Messenger bots are the future, artificial intelligence, and we go through everything. I'm gonna show you exactly how I use my messenger bots and funnels to instantly double my conversion rates and how I apply it to any business, guys. And this is from one little known hack. And I wanna keep this extremely exclusive because you can apply it to any business and you can do it today. And if you know how to use ManyChat and if you know how to use messenger bots correctly, you become so instantly valuable to the market. You can charge $1,000 an hour to the right business, right, to set up a messenger bot sequence for them and a messenger bot ecosystem for them. And everything that you need to know to do that is in this one bonus, guys, which is why we are keeping it extremely exclusive. Only for the first 10 people who are on this webinar, you're going to get bonus number 3 at over a $4,000 value. People have paid $4,000 or more, sometimes more than that, just for this one, what's contained in this one bonus, guys. And we are going to give this bonus to people completely for free, but only for the first 10 people who do decide to join today. So who is this work for? And we are about to end this webinar, guys. We're going to answer a few questions at the end, but we want to talk about just a few people and show just a few of our hundreds and hundreds of success stories. Tahir created a Facebook ad agency and within a few short months left his corporate job. He launched his agencies to local businesses in California, and he branched out by using our referral methods to all different types of businesses and all different types of clients and customers who were begging him to run their Facebook ads. And he didn't have to make any calls. He didn't have to do any sales, right? This was happening all organically because of how well he was performing and because of the results he was getting only following our blueprint. And right now he's currently making thousands every month and quickly scaling his business daily. And guys, he is not the only person. We have hundreds of other student success stories. And I want to take just a quick look just so you guys can see that there's real people out there that are doing this every single day. Because I think seeing real people who've actually done it, right? People who are just like you and me, right? Just people that were in 9-to-5 jobs that they felt trapped in. People that they, who racked up student debt or student loans trying to, go to school and get a degree that didn't work out for them. Real people are making this work every day. So I just want to watch just a quick one. I promise you I'm not going to show you a bunch of them or anything like that. Obviously we have hundreds and hundreds, but let's just watch one really quickly together because I think it's good to kind of see, and hear it from a real person who's actually done it.
Alright guys, for those that don't know me, my name is Britt. I just got in from Tokyo and I'm here at NinjaCon 2018 and con number 1, and I plan to be in every single one of them after this. For those that don't already know me, I have a degree in neuroscience. I wasted over $100,000 getting that degree. It has done nothing for me, and I was lucky enough to stumble upon Kevin in about July 2017, started the course, and from July until now, February 2018, I can honestly say I'm about $2,000 from paying off my $126,000 student loan debt. This is the best.
And so, I'm not going to bore you guys and show you, a million of them, but the point is, guys, that people are making this work every single day, no matter where you are, no matter what point in your life, whether you're just getting started in the corporate world, whether you've been working for 20 years, whether you wasted a bunch of money on a college degree that you don't use like I did, right? People are making this work every single day, guys. And so you get all of this value that we talked about before, understanding Facebook ads, the power of the Ninja Pixel, talking about the only campaigns you need, how to create ultra targeted audiences, how to create ad copy and creative that converts like crazy, how to start a Facebook ad agency without needing your own product, right? Which is, again, by itself a $2,997 value. People have bought just this one portion of the course for almost $3,000, guys. And then we talk